It is Sunday, March 30th, 2025. Can you believe that we are now like just about through with the entire first quarter of 2025? This is absolutely amazing. And aloha! Why am I all decked? Well, it's not all decked out. I always wear Hawaiian shirts, right? But I don't always have a lei. Now, there's a reason for it. But first, we're going to ease on into it because I just got back from Orlando. See, I could have set that up like the old joke, right? I just flew in from Orlando, and boy, are my arms tired. But I didn't fly in. I drove. And Orlando's only about a 3.5 hour drive for me, so it's not too bad. Spent a relaxing 3 days, and I really didn't take in any of the parks officially. I did take in Disney, and if you've been watching the my most recent video that I just posted, you will know that I well go see it. It's a fun video. I used all the free forms of transportation that I could reasonably do. Hello, Allie. Um, and it was really a lot of fun because you know I could say I let my well yeah I guess I kind of let my annual pass expire, during all the shenanigans and hijinks that Disney was pulling during COVID, and um, then just all the weird stuff that Disney's been doing. I never renewed my pass, so I do not have a Disney annual pass. But I went there and I spent almost the entire 3 days. Hey, Ryan, good to see you here, my friend. I saw you had just commented on the other video. We're going to do some commentary on that. It has to do with my Aloha uh, Hawaiian lake. But anyways, I did spend hi Irving, of all of the 3 days somehow visiting Disney, even though I don't have a pass. Did it all for free. So it's kind of fun if you want to go and watch that video after we're through here tonight. So before we get started with that, um, I do have, I still have a lot to do. I've got laundry to do for my trip, and I've got cats that have just been dying for my attention, and so much more. But I have something exciting to, it might not be exciting for you, but it's very, very exciting for me. I have officially hit 31 pounds. Woo-hoo. 31 pounds I've lost since I started. Um, I haven't done it alone. I do have help and support, but 31 pounds, I can't hardly believe that. And I still have a ways to go, but I'm really excited and I'm feeling better than ever. And um, a day at a time. This is awesome. I'm feeling incredible. And anyway, so let's talk a little bit about. Oh, I gotta do this. Yeah, I gotta make sure that I look well groomed, right? I never have to comb my hair, brush my hair. I never have to do that, but I do have to make sure that the eyebrows are looking good. Thanks, Ryan. All right, so last week I made everybody a promise, and I said I picked something up during my trip to Texas that was reminiscent of something that I used to do and used to use back in Wisconsin when I used to do my live streams. And does anyone here, do you have any idea, any clue what I was talking about? Do you remember a little gizmo, a little gadget, some may even call it a toy, that I used to use back in my live streams? Well, what I was referring to is, remember when I had that sound effects generator? I never did find it. After the move, I went through all my boxes. I know I didn't throw it away, but I have not been able to find that. So I haven't been using that, but now I have something new that I have picked up, and I picked it up. If you remember that last week's uh, videos, the Austin videos, and I went to the Museum of the Weird. I always want to say Museum of the Strange, but it's Museum of the Weird. And here is what I picked up. Now, we don't have Bigfoot in Florida. Oh no. What we have in Florida is a skunk ape, a distant relative of Bigfoot and Yeti and all the others, or maybe a very close relative. So I want to make sure you know all of the critters that wander into my yard, because I'm literally 5 or 6 houses down from the beginning of the Everglades in a nature preserve. And if I ever run in to the skunk ape, I want to be prepared. So I got myself the emergency Bigfoot sound generator. All right. Now, the problem is I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, thank you so much, Elias. That is so kind of you. I do appreciate the thoughts. I have been to Graceland. I've never toured Graceland. I I went by it. I took video of the mansion from the street and the gates and all that, but it's on my to-do list. All right, so let's hear the Bigfoot howl. I don't know if that's going to attract a Bigfoot or scare a Bigfoot away or get one really angry with me. So I'm going to have to be careful of that. By the way, I know you're seeing this in reverse image. It's just the way that it works when we do a live stream. Here is the Bigfoot snort. Here is the Bigfoot roar. So notice there is a distinct difference between the roar and the howl. And here is Bigfoot groan. I love that one, the groan. So that is my Bigfoot generator. Notice I can use it even when it's sealed in the package. So I think I'm going to keep this sealed in the package. I can put it back in my display case, where I should really go back doing my live streams from there, because that was always it was always better to have a good background, wasn't it? But that way it'll make a really nice display piece. All right, so that was what I did last week, and I'm sorry that I forgot to show this, but now you've seen it. And now when you hear these noises, when I tell a bad joke, I can go, or when I'm excited about something, I can go. So there we go. All right, enough of that. Toys, toys for boys. Okay, so I went to Walt Disney World. And if you watch a video, I think it was so much fun. I wanted to see how many forms of transportation I could use at zero cost. I wanted to explore Walt Disney World without paying them one red cent. So basically, you can watch the whole video, but basically, I went and I parked for free. One of the few places at all of Disney World that you can park for free, unless you're going at a restaurant or something, and then they might give you like a 2 hour window, or going for dinner. Um, but I didn't even want to do that. I wanted to make this absolutely free that someone could replicate if they got to Orlando. So I went to Disney Springs. I parked my car in one of the parking lots, and that was free. And by the way, a little hint here, the best lot if you're going to get on the buses is Orange, because it's right by the bus pickup. The best one if you're going to do Springs is Lime. Probably the worst of them, the Strawberry, is an old surface lot way, way, way down at the end. And then the Grapefruit is across the street, so you got to kind of do a lot of hoofing. You got to walk over a couple bridges and down some stairs. But anyway, so I parked at the Orange lot because I knew the first mode of transportation we were going to take was going to be their free bus system. So I got on the free bus. The Grand Floridian happened to be there ready to go, so I hopped on that, and it made its first stop at the Polynesian. So that is where I stopped first, the Polynesian. We did a little tour of the Polynesian, and I picked something up. I picked up a new mug, and I wanted to showcase it here and show you my new Disney mug. But before I did, I thought, I was surprised at how many Disney mugs I actually have. You know, what I consider to be Tiki mugs, or along the line of Tiki mugs. So I want to show you, I don't know if this is all of them. These were just ones that were visible and I quick grabbed before the start of tonight's show. So this is the first one. And this is from Trader Sam's. And on the bottom, it says Trader Sam's Grog Grotto is what it actually says. There is a whole series of these. This is the only one I own. They all have the same mold, but they're all painted differently. So I really should start collecting these. The problem is once people get them and they sell them, they want to sell them for an exorbitant amount of money. But if anyone has one and you know, are willing to part with it for pretty much what you paid for it, I might be interested. But this comes with the zombie at Trader Sam's. So there, you can see Trader, well, I guess it's backwards for you. But this comes with a zombie. So I do have that. Now, the next one is also a Trader Sam mug. I do consider this to be a Tiki mug. And says here Trader Sam's Grotto. And by the way, I'm sorry, I still got a little bit of lingering cough, so I apologize. I am a big fan of Tiki mugs that are branded. I think that they have so much more interest and they're more personal. You can go online and just buy a collection of, 20 mugs if you want, if you're just interested in having a tiki bar in your home or something like that. But I think when you get them somewhere because you actually visited the location, I think branded tiki mugs are personally, I just like them better. And so this is branded with the Trader Sam's. And this came from a drink called I believe this was the Hippopotami Mai Tai, is what this came from, their version of the Mai Tai. And then we have, this did not come from a tiki bar, but this is from the Polynesian Village. And it's branded on the back. And this is Maui. Now, it's not Maui from the cartoon. I guess they did live action too, right? This is the Maui that they have used as their mascot and their symbol for a long, long time. And it does have the Disney on the bottom. In fact, there's still the price tag on there. I paid $36.99 for this. And there's where you would put your straw and your ice and your cocktail. So that is Maui. And then this one, I got to be careful with this because it is a two-piece mug. And of course, this is branded as well, Polynesian Village Resort. I really like this because it's one of two I have that look like a coconut. But the reason this one's different is it does have the lid. And the lid has a hole for the drinking straw. Now, I don't know why you would ever want to put a straw and a lid on. This seems so risky. I think it would fall off and break. And besides, you have your ice and your, all of your garnish and whatever you have to make a tiki drink look like a tiki drink. I would prefer to serve this topless. Take that how you'd like. But it does come with a lid. And this is really it's a nice mug. The next one, this is also Disney, once again, and this is from the Enchanted Tiki Room. And if you're familiar with the Tiki Room at Disney, these are the faces that are on the posts that start chattering, and they start doing the bass chant. And so you can see there's three of them or four of them. There's four of them. There's four faces. So that's number one. That's face number two. That's face number three. And that is face number four. I should put this on the postings, the community, and ask everyone to vote on their favorite face. It's a nice big mug. So this one would be, I don't think I've ever used it. I'm not drinking anymore. Part of my weight loss was, healthier eating, and I pretty much quit alcohol. I haven't had well, that's not true. When I was in Texas, I did go to that tiki bar and I shared a cocktail there. But that was the first time in almost 3 months, and I'll probably be staying away from alcohol for quite some time. So I don't know what that's going to do with my Thirsty Thursday. I said I had two coconut mugs. This is the other one. And this is, again, is a Polynesian Village. So a lot of my mugs that I have that are Disney branded do come from the Polynesian Village. So I have, either Trader Sam's happens to be at the Polynesian Village. So I have a few Trader Sam's, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know where this other one came from, but at least 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, from Polynesia. I just like this. I just think it's a really neat looking mug because it's coconut and it has the bamboo handle. I think it's very well designed, very practical. And the last one is a different type of mug. Look at this guy. This is Jose from the Enchanted Tiki Room, or a version of him. Right at the bottom, it does say the Tiki Room, Disney's Tiki Room. I don't remember where I got him. I probably got him at the the Botiki store at the Polynesian, I'm guessing, but I don't really know for sure. But he's very cool. And drum roll, please. Are you all doing a drum roll right now? Please do a drum roll. Oh, by the way, another thing you can do if you haven't already, give me the thumbs up down below. Okay, so this is a new one. This is a lot of pieces, and I like it for a variety of reasons. First of all, you're probably looking at this. You can see the bottom is very much a tiki mug. We're going to look at this in pieces, and we're going to discuss this. What this is, for those of you who didn't look at who's back. Max, what are you doing back here? For those of you who are Disney fans, you know exactly what this is. Thank you, Ryan. Uh, this is a Dole Whip. So I saw this and I thought, oh, I got to have a Dole Whip. So with the Dole Whip, and the Dole Whip is pineapple flavored ice cream concoction that they sell at Disney, but they also have a Dole Whip store, excuse me, a Dole Whip shop right outside the Polynesian, right on Polynesian grounds. So it made sense for them to sell this here. So let's take a look at this. First of all, the top does come off. I like the tops for decorative purposes. I don't like the tops if you're actually going to use the mug because it's so easy for them to fall off and break. Anytime something has 2 pieces, that's why in 10 or 15 years, these things are going to be hard to come by because either they're going to be separated or the lid's going to be cracked. But anyways, you'll notice it has that little hole, and that hole could either be for a straw or look at this. It comes with a spoon. Isn't this awesome? So it's a little spoon that it has Maui on it. Okay, so it's got Maui. It's this guy right here. Okay, see ya. So it has Maui, and I guess the intent is supposed to be to, in theory, anyways, eat your Dole Whip with this. I don't think anyone would actually eat the Dole Whip. It's more of just a fun little thing to have, a little collectible. I just noticed that there's a hole in there. And so I guess if you wanted to display this, if you're a spoon collector, oh, that might be another marketing ploy. If you're a spoon collector, you might buy this whole thing just to get that spoon to hang. But the base of this is very cool. I mean, even if you're just looking at this without all the other parts, this is a really neat tiki mug. So you can see this also has Maui, and it's just a great tiki mug. It's one of those bigger ones that you might have, which is common in tiki culture, to have a 2-person drink, right? And this is big enough that you might have a 2-person drink, serve it with 2 straws. And so just by itself, it's a really great looking mug. But when you consider, you get the spoon and you get the lid, all in all, it's a nice little piece. And I just picked this up yesterday, I think it was. And so this is really fun. So that's my newest mug. And that's why I got laid when I went there. The girls are outside putting the lays over your head, and that's what this is. This is my lay from the Polynesian village. So I'm going to take a moment to read the comments because I have not been looking at the chat. I don't think there's been a whole lot of commentary. So Allie and Ryan and Irving is here, and Elias is here. Lisa, I didn't see you come in. Welcome, Lisa. I am having a good evening. Thank you. And we're seeing a lot of love being spread around, and the groan sounded like Eeyore. I did not see Lilo and Stitch at all, but I didn't go in the grounds. I only went to the hotels. So, sorry, I tried to edit those out last week. So, if you watch the tour, I told you that I took the bus and I took the monorail and I took the boat. I took two boats. The boat from um, I picked it up at the Grand Floridian, went to the Polynesian, and then back to the main dock. Then I took another boat to the Wilderness Lodge, and I reviewed all those hotels. I didn't review them. I showed some of each hotel, Wilderness Lodge, Grand Floridian, and Polynesian, and then we hoofed it because it's a real quick, short walk from that entrance to Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary. So we hoofed it over to the Contemporary, and then I went from Contemporary, took the monorail back to Polynesian, took the bus back to pick up my car. So it was a great day. It really was. It was a really fun day. And Ryan did recognize that as a Dole Whip mug. Um, oh, Augustine, thank you so much. Uber Hints is not officially up. It's up. It has changed to the Cali Cat channel, and so I'm doing things about my roommates, my two cats, and I'm talking about cats. So um, but I'll tell you what I do have. I just found a whole box of my love me, help me, love me, hate me, tell me, rate me stickers. Anyone that wants those, I'll send you 100 of them. Um, but I do have those. I don't know why you need more than like two in your car, right? Yeah, it's been a long time. Thank you so much for that kind gift. I do appreciate that. All right, now let's see. The groan sounds like Eeyore. If you're out in Florida, most orange leaf locations have Dole Whip. Yeah, but it's not Disney. It's got to be the Disney Gold Whip. Um, I just remember from when I went to Lilo and Stitch Raw from the Polynesian lobby. I have not seen them. No. Don't forget, Mark also has a really cool channel. A look back. Yeah, I've been that one's been. Um, I've been ignoring it lately. I really got to get some new stuff up on the look back. I mean, if it's new to you, there's lots of material to go through before you get to something new. But I have some scripts done. I just haven't had a chance. I have been so busy. I've been just so busy. I'm like a one-arm paper hanger. I've been traveling now, um, and I have so much to do. So much to do. As a matter of fact, in um, 1 month, almost exactly a month from today, I am going to be taking a trip to Canada. My first time to Canada since they kicked me out. That's right. You heard right. Canada booted me out of their entire country. Now, granted, it was during COVID, but they wouldn't let me enter. So I haven't tried to get in since. But I'm going to now. So you have that to look forward to. There's going to be excuse me, I'm so sorry. Going to be a lot of stuff to look forward to. I still have to find some way to edit it. So a few things are going to be out of order. I still have that Tiki bar video from um, Austin that I want to stick up there because I um, I want to figure out a way to edit it because the sound quality was so poor and the lighting was so low. But I want to bring you in because it was a neat place. It was one of the coolest tiki bars I've ever been to. But I just have not been able to figure out how can I'm going to have to do voiceover with it, and I hope that you don't mind that. But I'd have to do a voiceover narration and figure out some other things. But it was a great place, and it would be a shame to not show you that. So I'm going to be doing that. And finally, I should never say that. You should never say finally, because then people are going to tune out. But I've been spending a lot of time in the last 3 days at Disney Springs. And if you have been seeing The You are doing a great job, Ryan. Holy cow, look at that. He's getting all the channels up, and thank you. That's why he's a moderator, right? Um, but I went to Disney Springs mostly for the evening music. They have had some great music. The first night we went there, they had a band that I guess is very popular around Orlando called the M80s. And as you might guess, they play primarily 80s music, but they are dead on. They are tight, they're entertaining, they're energetic. It was so much fun watching them. And then the last two nights, there's a guy called Dre C, and he was mostly kind of 2000s, 2010s, that era of music. Um, Bruno Mars, that sort of stuff. And we just had so much fun. So when I say we, I always talk about us in plural because I always feel like you're always joining me. So thank you, Allie. Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate that channel. I've got more stuff going on the Look Back channel. I really do have um, a lot more planned for it, but it takes time. Having three channels is almost too much when you're a one-man operation. It's there's a lot of people that have multiple channels, but they have editors and they, have people that manage a channel. I do everything. Plus, I work for a living, and plus I travel and have to make the videos. So there's a lot to do there. I'm not complaining. Please understand. This is not woe is me. I love it. I love doing it. It's so much fun. But there you go. So um, I'll I don't know if I even took enough footage to do anything on Disney Springs. It was more just fun. It's vacation time. So um, that was the wrap up of the past week or so and what you can look forward to, because I still have a little bit of video sitting out there that I have to put together and edit, and things both from Texas and from Florida. And then who knows where we're going to head. But thank you for subscribing, Irving. So yeah, there's a lot on the horizon. There's a lot of fun stuff that we're. What's your idea, Ryan? Detailing the monetization and revenue process. Well, sorry, I thought I would have this thing licked. It's been a week now. Um, if that would be interesting, perhaps, but I don't know if most people would find it interesting. Most of my channels are not monetized. The Look Back is not monetized. The Cali Cat is not monetized. This channel is monetized, but we're not a heavy hitter. It doesn't make a lot of money. This is more done as a labor of love than anything. But yeah, we could do it. We can go through it. Why not? I don't mind doing something like that. There was something that I was wanted to do. It was one of my how-tos, and I forget what it is now. Boy, I got to start writing these things down. But there was something I thought, that'll be a good one. And for the life of me, I don't recall, but it'll come back to me and then we'll all see it. So with that, I have laundry to do and I'm picking up and I have to do some cat attention and playing with the cats. And there's just a lot to finish. So we're going to draw this one to a close, as I always do. And I mean it from the heart. And that's why I never want to forget to say it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you spending your time here with me. There's a thousand other things you could be doing. You decided to spend a little part of your day with me, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. I will accept any of those ideas if you want to leave them in the comments. Probably the easiest way to do it. I also have email address in the comments area. So until next week, everybody, please like, share, subscribe, especially subscribe if you haven't already. Watch all the videos. And we'll see you here next week at 8 o'clock on the Average Me channel. Thanks a lot, everyone. See you next week.